Okay, hello and welcome to the Media Center at the Ford Championship presented by Wild Horse Pass. I'm joined by Maria Fassi, sponsor exemption this week from Ford. We'll just kick things off here. Can you talk a little bit, this is the first time we're seeing you out here on the LPGA Tour this year. Can you just talk about how excited you were to get the news that you'd be a sponsor exemption this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It's obviously been, or was a tough year last year for me. Losing my card was not something that I anticipated, not something that I wanted or wish on, on anybody. So yeah, just being able to get an opportunity to come out here, compete, see, what areas of my game are trending in the right direction, what areas of my game are still, needing some help and I need to focus on. So I'm just incredibly blessed, honestly, that both Ford and everybody involved with the tournament kind of put some faith in me. Maybe at times when I didn't really have much in myself. So it's cool to see their support, not only with the tournament, but with myself. And yeah, just super excited to be here. I think with a very grateful heart and just a very different approach maybe than the way I've played golf in the past, in a good way. So yeah, just very happy to be here.
And you played here last year. Can you just talk about what you've seen Ford's involvement in this tournament and what it's been like to see them contributing to the growth of the women's game?
It's been awesome. I mean, obviously getting courtesy cars and last year kind of getting to go to the Bronco building over in Santan Ford and kind of see some of the older cars and learn a little bit about like Ford's history was kind of fun for me. And then just again to see that they're betting on women's golf, that they're not backing down, that they want to make this event bigger and better for us is great to see. And again, for me as a sponsor's invite this week, it's just a huge gift, especially being my birthday today. I told them they definitely outdid themselves with a birthday gift.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You just came off from the range. Can you just speak to Whirlwind Golf Club and what you've seen out here since you started practicing? What your thoughts are on how to go low this week?
Yeah, I mean, the course is getting firm. It's obviously very hot out. It's going to be cooler during the week, but it's still just fairways and greens, especially later in the day, are super firm. So we're going to see very different golf from the morning than we will in the afternoon, which I think it's kind of cool in a unique way. It makes you think about the golf course in different ways. It makes you really have to plan and plot your way around the golf course. Kind of having the proper angles to different pins is important. It's in phenomenal shape. They've made us feel super welcomed. So yeah, just very excited. I mean, it's a fun golf course. There's holes where, you can be a little more aggressive. There's holes where a big number can show up as well. So I think it's a good combination of both, and hoping for myself for a very good week. But I think in general, it's going to be a fun week for people to watch.
Last question from me, and then I'll open it up here. You spent some time on the tee box the other day with LPGA, USGA girls golfers. Can you just talk about what it's like to be a role model for kids? Obviously, you do a lot with Fassi's friends as well, but can you just talk about what it's been like for you, and especially spending that time with young girls like that?
Yeah, I mean, I always try to be a good role model, be the best version of myself that I can. I once was, those little girls looking up to whether it was, Lorena Ochoa or Annika or Angela Stanford, Stacey Lewis. Like I would go, the tournaments when we had them in Mexico to watch them play, and getting a golf ball or a signed glove was just like, it would make my year. So being able to do that for somebody, it's a huge privilege, and I enjoy it a lot. I obviously, with Fassi's friends, get super involved with kids and just helping them, get more involved with golf, helping them maybe overcome some of the barriers that have been set in different aspects of their life, and just making golf a welcoming environment for them. So it's been fun to see what I've been able to do on my side, but too with girls golf, just seeing those 3 little girls kind of get excited and shy and laugh. And I don't know, it was just such a treat and something different that I think we want to see more of.
All right, Sarah?
I know, Maria, you've been playing a little bit on the LE team and playing a little bit on the Epson Tour. Can you just kind of speak to the experiences you had on the LET earlier this season and then also just playing on the Epson Tour the last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I think results and score-wise, it hasn't shown kind of how I would like. But I think I've improved so much in different areas that I was focusing on this off-season. The biggest one being mentally and just kind of course management. I think I've matured a lot in the last 5-6 months. So of that, I'm extremely proud, and I know the results will come sooner rather than later. It's been awesome to, just get to play different golf courses, get to see different games, learn from different players. I've started to be a lot more curious about how people hit different shots and started to watch a lot more golf as well. This is all kind of new for me. I've started to enjoy golf a lot more, whether it's competing or watching. So I think playing both Epson and LET has been cool because I've been able to see a lot of different things. Even one of the LET events we played, the men's tour champions were there. So even watching some of those older guys, like just I was starstruck, on the range and stuff. So it's been very fun to learn more about myself the last few months, and hopefully all of that gives me a good opportunity out here to just come out and do my very best.
I know professional golf confidence is always a thing that I think comes and goes for players. How have you kind of kept your confidence up, kept your confidence in check, and just reminded yourself of who you are when you're out there and it may not be going your way?
I haven't, and I think this is why I am in need of a sponsor invite. I feel like I've lacked that confidence, and I think it's slowly getting back. I think little by little, I'm starting to relearn that confidence doesn't mean making 3 birdies in a row, but it means making 3 good decisions in a row, or it means hitting the target you were going to and not necessarily hitting it 3 feet from the pin. So I think I've changed maybe a little bit the definition that I have of what confidence means and how confidence looks in me. And I think it's been a very healthy change. So I'm excited to just try to continue to learn and not perfect, because we're never going to be perfect, but just make confidence be my own and not the definition that the world has for it.
Thanks. Hola María, bienvenida aquí a Phoenix, Arizona. Feliz cumpleaños, te vamos a cantar las mañanitas. A ver. We just had Gabby Barker in here talking about the importance of representing her Native American community. Now you and Gaby Lopez, obviously from Mexico, how important is it to you to help grow the game in Mexico with little girls and to represent Mexico?
It's a privilege. Not very many of us get to do it. Not very many of us have had the privilege to do it in the past either. So for me, it's a huge responsibility. I don't take it lightly. Whether it's playing the Olympics or just making sure that the flag is on the range at every LPGA tournament that we go to. It is a huge privilege for both Gaby and I. I know I can speak for her on that. And yeah, I mean, I think we're so lucky to have the support of our country. We're very fortunate, of course, with what Lorena did in the past and what we're being able to do ourselves. And it's been cool to see the growth of the game in Mexico, and obviously for us to be able to have an LPGA tournament again in Mexico this year. It just shows that we're doing our part okay, because more people are interested in the game, more people with money are interested in the game and in bringing it back to Mexico. So it's just been fun to see the last few years just how much growth we've had and the support that we always get from our people.
Great, thanks. And just to quick follow-up. You've always been known as a very aggressive, fiery golfer on the course. Is that anything that you're changing over these years, becoming more conservative? Or are you still keeping that aggressiveness?
I don't think I'll ever be able to play conservative golf. It's not in my DNA. I think I'm starting to learn how to use length, how to use my aggressiveness, how to use my fire personality in my favor instead of against me. I think I just, in the past, have maybe put a little too more pressure on myself in having to hit perfect shots constantly because I was picking very aggressive lines, whereas now I can still be aggressive, but just be aggressive 3 yards right of the target, right of the pin, instead of having to hit a perfect shot at the hole. So I think I'm still going to be aggressive. It's who I am, and I don't want to lose that. It's just with a little more brains behind it.
Hey, Maria. I cover a lot of amateur golf, and the Augusta National Women's Amateur is next week. I'm wondering what you remember about that runner-up finish in 2019 and what makes that tournament special.
A lot. It's definitely, probably with getting my tour card in 2018, probably the most satisfaction I've felt on a golf course. Even after falling just short to Jennifer Kupcho. I mean, just what we were able to do and what we were able to show to the world of what women's golf is about, what amateur women's golf is about. I think I don't think anybody could have dreamed of a better outcome, genuinely. I think we did a great job of representing ourselves, representing our sport, representing women, like female athletes, women in general. Like, I think for me, being able to have my name be attached to Augusta National for the rest of time, it's something that I take a lot of pride on. We have a couple girls that I know that are going to be playing this next week, and my advice to them is just to take it all in. I mean, it goes by super fast, and for me, it was the first time that I ever stepped grounds on Augusta National, and it's a dream. Like, I feel like I'm not even making sense with what I'm saying, but that's just kind of the feel of what it means to play Augusta National, what it means to compete at Augusta National. And I mean, I think we had like 35,000 people on grounds that day. It was awesome. And yeah, I'm just happy I got to be a part of it.
Hey, Maria. I know that you joined Girls Golf for Tea Time yesterday. We touched on this a little bit earlier. You already alluded to this being a special opportunity this week. But can you maybe talk about just whether that put anything in perspective, getting to spend, 30 minutes with 3 6-year-old girls who are just so excited to be with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just really shows what we're here for. I've always said it, like, of course, winning tournaments is awesome. We're competitors. That's what we want to do at the end of the day. But for me, at least, my purpose in life is not just to win. Like, I think you make an impact on people by who you are as a person, more so than like how many tournaments you've won. So for me, like, it's just what all of this is about. Like, and I think in hard years, and maybe when things aren't going your way, to be able to be reminded that they don't care that I'm an invite. They don't care that I lost my card. Like, they're just excited that they're meeting a professional golfer, and that it's maybe something that they want to do in the future. So I think, it was a very nice reminder just to know that, they're just happy that they got to be a part of something great, which was meet like 5 or 6 of us and get to hang out and, play like we're drinking tea and be foolish at times. And just like, for me, it was just a breath of fresh air, truly. Like, I think I got more out of it than they did, for sure.
I know, like you said, you're so passionate about growing the game. Just looking back on you as a girl golfer, just what do you hope the future holds for girls golf specifically? I
think we're seeing a lot more people from very different cultural backgrounds come out on tour. So I think that's gonna help, you know, people who look all certain different ways, like be like, oh, like I can do that, you know, or for like Gabby Barker, right? Like she's a Native American. We don't really have many Native Americans on tour, but for her community to see somebody like them be out here, like I think it means a lot. So I just hope to see more of that. I hope to see more brave girls chasing after their dreams, whether it is playing professional golf or being a CEO at a big company or being the best mom in the world. You know, whatever it is, just like I just want to see brave girls and who then will become brave women.
All right, thank you. We have one last not so much of a question for you since it is your birthday today, and we're so thankful you decided to spend it with us. We have a little something to bring up here for you, and I think we might need to sing for your birthday as well.
All right, let's see how y'all can do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, ready? All right, happy birthday to you. Oh. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, dear Maria. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. So I don't know if it's everywhere in the world, but in my family or Mexico or whatever, you put a ring over your candle, and then that like really ensures the wish to come through. So let's hope. Thank you. Thank you. This is just what I needed.
We also have a couple more if you want.
Oh, yeah.